What's up, everybody? Welcome to Maximize Monday.
Passing and cutting up already.
Um, we are here. It is April the 5th. We're so glad you guys can join us for this particular Maximize Monday. We do it every Monday at 1 o'clock. We appreciate you all for joining us today as we continue in our theme about fitness, your wellness, your health. We've been talking a lot about emotional health, psychological health. Myself and Maya did some physical health stuff, but we're not nutritionists or people that work out.
We're not the pros.
Right. So that's why we got our man Moses Green is down here with us. What's up, Mo?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. From Limitless. What's the last part? I knew it was sports. I was
performance.
like, Limitless sports performance. He's going to come in and talk to us about our nutrition, exercise, and how that affects our mental and our emotional health. You know, the stuff you put in your body. I was reading something, the guy said that we talked about this a couple weeks ago, that your brain health is directly linked to your gut health.
Absolutely. That
the food you eat directly impacts how you think, how you feel, and everything. So we'll get into all that, and I want us to really get into also the principle of eating for your blood type.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody remember that. I just want we can get into that too.
Matter of fact, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know you were researching that. That's why I wanted to when you talk about it. So please do us a favor and share as much as you can. Get people on, and we'll get started. So me and Moses go back a long way. It's been a minute.
Easy 10 years.
Yeah, easy 10 years. Yeah.
Actually longer than that. But okay.
Yeah. Actually, it was before I got married, I think.
Right.
It was, yeah. And you know, worked out with him, watched him play semi-pro football, you know, all this stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And been to his fitness camps, and we really want to get to, you know, you talk about the COVID-19. I think people picked up some extra COVID weight. COVID-15, COVID-20.
19 pounds.
Right.
30.
Yeah, COVID-30. And then some people actually found this time to say, you know, I'm going to get in shape. And they lost weight during this time and been in the best shape of their lives.
Right.
So, you know, Moses, let's kind of like let's talk about that. Let's get to that. Like getting ourselves together in this time where gyms aren't at capacity. Mm-hmm. There's an overall kind of lethargic, you know, nature that people are having and just sitting in the house eating. You know, where do we get motivated? There we go. That's a good place to start. Where do we get motivated to start?
Well, I would say you have to get motivated with self, because it's self-motivation. So it all starts on the inside. You can't look to the outside, look to Maya, look to Pastor Nick for motivation. You have to look to yourself and find out what motivates you. So one of the things that's always motivated me since I was young is that when I was younger, I was actually overweight. I was considered, my wife gets on me all the time about this, but when I was younger, I went to a private school, and we had to get these, we wore uniforms. So when I went to the children's sample stop at the time, we had to get my mom. She would always say, "Can I get a 32 Husky?" I'm like, "All right, Mom, calm down. You have to tell everybody." You know, so I'm wearing the size 32s when I'm like 5th grade. You know, that's what my waist was back then. So, you know, that was always something that always motivated me ever since I was young. So fitness has been a part of my life ever since then. You know, because when I was younger, I didn't really exercise a lot. You know, you would think being able to play outside with kids, like I would do that when I was in school, but when I came home, I was inside. So, you know, exercise, and then plus my mom, you know, she's a cook, so the fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, all that stuff, hey, I'm eating it, you know. So, but as I got older, I started, you know, looking within, you know, the self-motivation. And I said, all right, look, I got to start making changes on myself. So I started off with just drinking better water, because I wasn't really cooking at the time. I was still living at home, you know, still middle school, high school. So I'm like, all right, let me just start drinking water. So, and that was tough for me as a child. So I got that stuff. Then when I got to college, I started eating food on my own, because you basically had a buffet of whatever you could eat. So that's when I started changing my eating habits. But now, talking to the demographic that, you know, that's probably going to be listening to this, we have the option of eating what we want to eat, but I'm sure that we don't eat what we need to eat. So once again, going back to the self-motivation, wherever you are right now, whether it's the COVID-19 that you caught, whether it's the baby weight from the baby that you had 5 years ago, You all have motivation. So you just have to figure out what it is for you, and then just take step by step, just take steps to get you to your goal.
I think that's good because I think you said it and a couple other people said it. You can't outwork a bad diet.
Absolutely.
So that's what you're insinuating. So let's really start right there. Small changes. Like during Lent, I gave up meat for Lent. And I'm actually thinking about after it's over, only eating meat maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay.
At the most.
Okay.
I feel the difference. Like I'm hungrier more, but I feel the difference in not eating meat every day. I tried Beyond Meat. I put a whole bunch of vegetables with it to make it palatable. But but I'm noticing the energy change.
Absolutely.
With the diet change.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the reason why you're noticing that energy change because you're eating foods that are unprocessed. So you're eating the foods that are more natural for your body anyway. So your body's recognizing it and being able to use it. So now your body's using that food efficiently, which is basically what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be eating to function. Right. So that's basically what you're doing when you're eating the natural foods and eating things that your body recognizes.
So you're saying we should stop eating for comfort.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And don't get me wrong. And I believe I broke this formula down to you before, but 2-3 times a week, I eat whatever I want to eat because if I'm eating 5 times a day, so I'm eating the breakfast, lunch, dinner with the 2 snacks 5 times a day, times 7 days a week, that's 35 meals. So if you take 10% of that, that's 3.5 meals. So really, I do like 3 meals where I just eat whatever I want. So I'm going to eat a steak. I'm going to eat some wings or whatever. But the other times of the week, I'm eating clean. I'm eating foods that are natural for my body.
So you brought up wings. So wings aren't, or certain types of wings.
So I wouldn't even get picky with it. I wouldn't even get picky.
So even like
when I eat like that way.
Yeah.
Say again.
You saying like baked wings are fine, right?
Oh yeah, baked wings are fine.
Okay.
But my thing is when I do my 10%, when I eat whatever I want. Okay. Hey, look, no holds bar. I'm eating whatever.
I feel like part of the challenge is in the beginning just knowing where to start. So I like how you said like you just started with drinking water, but the same thing for meal planning, and then I guess exercises. Like, what is a good way to kind of ease into that?
All right, so let me back up because I didn't really go into depth with that. So what I mainly do with my clients, especially when we have time and we have 50, 60 pounds to lose, I say the first 2 weeks, the only thing I want you to do is just drink more water. All right, so start with drinking the water, get that into, you got to get momentum. And then once you do that, now the next 2 weeks, start eating whole foods, the unprocessed foods. Do that for another 2 weeks. So you want to take those little building blocks. All right, that way you get the momentum and keep rolling. So you're not trying to do a crash diet where it's like, oh man, by the 3rd day, you don't know if you can do it. Every 2 weeks, just add something new. And then sometimes you're even taking some stuff away. But once again, you're not overloading yourself to the point where you feel like it's you can't do it. It's impossible.
Right.
And then even touching with the exercise, a lot of times when people want to lose 50, 60 pounds, they want to work out 6-7 days a week. Where I'm like, all right, look, let's do this. Let's work out 3 times a week and let's eat clean for the most part, right? So we're working out 3 times a week, and say your goal is to lose 10 pounds in a month or so. I said, okay, cool. We're going to cut out about 500 calories, a day. But at the same time, I want you to burn 500 calories a day.
Right.
All right. So that's 1,000 calories right there. Over the course of 7 days, that's 7,000 calories. A pound of weight is 3,500 calories. So you just burn 2 pounds right there for a week. And then you compound that for 5 weeks. Now you have 10 pounds that you've lost.
Right.
Now you can burn more than 500 pounds. 500 calories a day. But that's just like a little simple formula, So and the more people weigh, the more they burn. So if they're at 300 pounds, they might be burning 3-4 pounds a week. So it depends. Now, compared to somebody who might be 150 pounds, they might only burn like 1 pound to 2 pounds a week because they're at a lower body weight. So I don't try to cut things extremely right at the beginning because you're setting yourself up for failure months down the road. It's like, all right, what adjustments do I make now? So like I said, you start up working 3 times a week, right? Do that for a month or 2. Now, if you get stuck, hey, let's add an extra day of working out. Now we're at 4 times a week. Now we're burning more calories. You get stuck again a month or two. Let's do 5. But at the same time, you're not even in the gym for 2 hours either. Be in the gym for an hour. That's it. Half hour worth of cardio, half hour worth of your weights. You don't necessarily have to kill yourself constantly.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of it can be a mind game because you go into it, hard, like you said, going to the gym 7 days a week, and it can seem like it's too much that you're setting yourself up to stop as opposed to easing into it.
Absolutely. So that's why I always want you to start off with those small steps, because you can knock these small steps out mentally. Going back to what you're saying, mentally, it becomes a game almost like, oh, that's easy. And naturally people like, I'm only doing 3 times a week. Hey, just trust the process. Just trust the process, because once you get stuck, we might add an extra day, or we might take away carbs at dinner. That way we can still see the results coming. So you don't want to go hard unless it's like a tight deadline, and like say somebody needs to lose water weight for a photo shoot or something like that, then it might be different. But a majority of the people, I put them on that simple plan.
Cool.
And that seems like one of the safest ways, because you're actually creating a lifestyle change rather than, like you said, a crash. I need to fit into this dress, because by the time you fit into the dress when the event's over, you go right back to what you were doing before. So the mentality of it, well, that's how they teach people how to get out of debt too, is that snowball, small changes.
Yeah.
So exactly, that's smart.
Leads to big results.
Right.
So like you're saying, it's not this panicky, oh my God, I got to give up all this stuff, and then I didn't lose 5 pounds in a week, and then you mad and it don't work, rather than the slow pace of lifestyle change.
And the thing is, once you do that and you start seeing the results, now you become addicted to the results.
Yep.
So sometimes like, look, let me just follow this process. I don't necessarily want that cheat meal right now. I want to go back to the gym or whatever. Now you're addicted because you see the results.
Right.
Cool. So let's talk about the so since
I'm excited. You gotta at least start doing this stuff.
You ain't gonna follow it. So let's
I could try. I gotta take it slow.
You take it slow. That you've been taking it slow. Let's talk about the meal thing and eating to your blood type. That's a little more different than just balanced eating. Because I think a lot of people forget. Like I went on a sugar detox from a holistic doctor.
Right.
Yeah, I told you about this before, and I cut a bunch of stuff out. Yep. But what they didn't tell me was what I had to replace it with to make up for the calories from the food over here. I'm like, why am I so tired all the time? I need to add more beans or more this or that to compensate for the lack of protein over here from all this stuff.
And that's a mental thing too, because a lot of times, for instance, like say if somebody likes to drink a lot of soda, well, sometimes I might suggest,
I've been doing better. Don't start. I haven't had soda in a long time.
So one of the things I might suggest is drinking carbonated water, because once again, going back to your point, you're replacing it with something that might be kind of familiar, but it's something that it becomes a lifestyle change for you.
Yeah.
So it's based off of what you need to replace for the most part.
Okay.
But touching into that, you were talking about the blood type.
Yeah.
All right. So one of the things that I've been researching is it's a company called Biome, BIOME.com. And basically what they do is they look at the microbiomes in your gut bacteria, because basically everything in regards to diseases and all that, everything starts in your gut. So if you start eating according to your blood type, that's when the sicknesses are gone. That's when you can start losing the weight. That's when the energy levels are increased and you feel the vitality in your body. So that's something that I suggest most people look into, and as well as, just eating the unprocessed foods and the foods that are natural for you.
Yeah. Because I was reading something about, people not eating food. Like a lot of mucus is bad for your body. And the foods that cause the excessive mucus are a lot of stuff that cause, like cancer patients, they tell them your diet has to be clean because the cancer eats up those bad calories and it just spreads like crazy. So
right. And what happens is a majority of the times we're not combining our foods right. So a lot of times, especially when we grow up, we eat meat and potatoes, chicken and rice, this and the other. So, the meat, that's an acidic medium compared to the potatoes, which is more so alkaline. So when you're mixing that, it becomes bacteria. When you have cancer in the body, cancer feeds off that bacteria.
Yeah.
Wow.
So a lot of times they say what you should be doing is eating your meats with the green vegetables, as opposed to eating the meats with the starches. But the
Gotcha.
thing is, we grew up eating the meats and the starches,
Yeah.
as well as the vegetables too. But we
Mhm.
grew up eating the wrong way. Therefore, we're basically inviting the cancers into our body
Wow.
because
Wow.
we're eating the wrong way. So, and this is something am I able to put links into, like, are we going to be able to put links into?
Yeah, we could do that.
We get those
All
stuff
right,
later.
because I'll send that to you, Ma. That way you can, we can do that for the people. That way they can research in regards to just eating according to,
Mhm.
combining the foods the right way, as well
Mhm.
as, according to your blood type as well.
That's good. Like I never thought about like how the combinations of your food could be affecting you too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I ran into that concept probably like 6-7 years ago. So don't get me wrong. I do eat meat and potatoes. Like I do eat that together, but I don't do
Mhm.
it every meal like most people do.
Right.
So
Mhm.
even my first meal of the day is more so of protein in the form of egg whites in my oatmeal. So it's not
Mhm.
necessarily like sausage, the bacons and stuff like that. I'm eating egg whites with the oatmeal. So I'm combining that the right way. But the second meal, I might have a meat and bread or something like some type of a sandwich. But
Mhm.
then my last meal of the day normally is a meat and a salad, some or a meat and a vegetable.
Right.
In between my snacks are normally fruit mixed with, like, I do like a green smoothie, and I have like strawberries, blueberries, some kale, and some seeds, and mix that up with some
Mhm.
water. So I have like a green drink.
Wow.
That's cool. Because I was you brought the processed food. Even what they're finding, some of the vegan food is
Mhm.
so processed that
Absolutely.
people are losing weight, but they're finding out that people are getting stomach cancer from it because all that
Mhm.
soy and all the GMO. So now they're having to label no soy in this vegan food, like Beyond Meat.
Mhm.
Because I remember when What the Health came out, everybody
Mhm.
was vegan for like 2
Everybody
weeks.
went crazy over that. Right.
Yep. They were vegan for 2 weeks and they kind of backslid.
Right. But the thing is, people got to be careful of that, because at the end of the day, trying to be politically correct, they're trying to make money somehow. So
Of course.
although they have the Beyond Meats, this and the other, and they're making you think it's healthier, it's still processed food.
Yep.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you're thinking, oh yeah, I'm a vegan, but you might be eating vegan junk food.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it's not necessarily healthy for your body. All right, it is vegan. It's not meat, this and the other, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy for your insides. And that's
Right.
really what we need to be concerned with, as well as the outside too, because we're so concerned with looking on how we look physically, but
Mhm.
it's really what's going on the inside that really matters in regards to
Gotcha.
the longevity of our life. So that's something that we have to look into. Like, we have to go to the produce junctions and the farmers markets and get our fruits and vegetables from there and cook it from there. So like that's the
Mhm.
stuff we really need for our body.
Yeah. Because I know I was looking up how to make my own veggie burger with black beans, do it myself
Right.
rather than buying the packaged stuff. But I think a lot. We noticed a lot of stuff changed when fast food became big back in the day. It was even more convenient to go buy food rather than making your own food. You didn't hear about all this sickness back when people were cooking a lot
Mm.
of their own food.
Absolutely.
Once the FDA kind of took control over, what people were selling. But you're right, that processed food, don't buy into the illusion of it says it's gluten free when it's really it's really bad for you.
Yeah.
It's just junk foods for vegans.
When you think about it,
Wow.
it is.
If you think about it, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
All that stuff that you buy in the frozen food section, even though it might be vegan, that doesn't necessarily mean it's the most healthy thing for you.
Interesting.
So
So
there's a question in the comments from
Okay.
Miss Roman. It
Okay.
says, "Is it true that the best way to burn sub-Q fat is to walk and lift weights?" She says, of course, to eat in a caloric deficit, whole foods and whatnot, and eating at a window of 10 to 14. Is that true?
10 to 14. What is that? What
I
do you
don't
mean?
know. That's just. What do you mean by that, Miss Roman?
Does she mean
I don't
like
know.
intermittent fasting?
I'm guessing so. She says eating
Yeah.
in a window of 10
It might be.
14.
I would love for you to talk about intermittent fasting too.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Because I haven't done it, but I do believe I'm just stubborn with breakfast, so that's why I haven't done it personally. I'm just stubborn with breakfast.
Don't mess with breakfast.
No, I agree. It works. It works well for people. But matter of fact, go back to the start of that question, because I want to make sure I answer her question.
Okay, she said, is it true that the best way to burn sub-Q fat is to walk and lift weights? That's the first part.
Yeah, so the thing is, a lot of times when people, and I always use the analogy of the Olympic runner, the distance runner versus the sprinter. A lot of times, distance runners, they run so much, the 5, 6, 7, 8 miles, that they burn up the muscles that they have compared to the sprinters who they do things in short bursts, but they also lift weights too, which they have the muscle, which with more muscle that you have in your body, the more fat that you're able to burn. So if you're going to do the walks, definitely combine it with the lifting weights as well, because that's going to give you the best bang for your buck. So I would suggest do something like this. If you're on a treadmill, don't say, oh, let me do 20 minutes. Say, I'm going to walk until I burn 200 calories.
Okay.
So that might be like 30 minutes, but you can track how many calories you're burning. And then you add the weights with that. Now you got 500 to 600 calories that you just burn right there. So if you go to the calorie deficit, going back to what I was talking about earlier, and you eat about 500 less calories per day, now you're burning 1,000 calories in a day, right? That's the deficit right there. So that creates that deficit where you lose the 2 pounds over the course of the week. But going back to, if you're building that muscle, that helps you burn fat as well. So,
okay, and she was talking about eating intervals, so 10 hours of eating and then 14 hours of fasting.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that's definitely intermittent fasting. So it definitely works, because the longer you go without food, the more your body says, okay, I need food. Let me pull on this fat that I have from when they ate the last time. So your body's going to store the fat, but then your body, after so long of fasting, your body's going to, hey, let me rely on this fat because I need some energy. So you're going to start burning that body fat, which allows you to lose the weight. So intermittent fasting definitely does work. Most people do a 16-hour window, so they only eat for 8 hours. So they'll wake up, go about their day. The normal protocol is drinking either water, green tea, or coffee in between, during your fasting window. And then they might fast from 11 to 7. Not fast, I'm sorry. They might eat from 11 to 7 or 12 to 8. So that'll be their 8-hour window of eating their food.
Yeah, I understand. I'm a breakfast person too. Intermittent fasting does not work for me.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't.
Like my wife Jamil, she does it. So she'll do like 11 to 7. That's her window. So it's perfect for her. And the thing is, she grew up kind of eating like that because, going to school, this, that, and other. They never really had time to eat breakfast. So she was like, oh, that's what I've been doing, intermittent fasting. So, that's her thing. But me, I grew up eating breakfast. So it's like, hey, look, I don't have to experiment. Eating breakfast has been working good for me. So, that's just why I personally don't eat it, do that. And, I think that everything should be a personal choice too, because this might be slightly off topic, but in regards to doing your cardio exercises or the different weight exercise or whatever, I feel whatever works for you, you should stick to, because that way it'll be more of a lifestyle and you'll do it longer. So myself and Pastor Nick, years ago, we'd be on a track and we'd run 3 times a week or run in parking lots 3 times a week, because that's what we did. We didn't necessarily like going into the treadmills for 20, 30 minutes because, it's a little bit too monotonous. So I say find something that works for you that you can stick to for a lifetime and do that. Now it's starting to get hotter outside. Hey, it's April right now. It's starting to get hot outside. Hey, I like to run. So I've been going to, the local park running sprints. So you got to do what works for you that's going to be able to maintain for a lifestyle. Yeah,
I got to get back out there. My kids have messed up my whole schedule now. So it's like when I was going to the gyms, I had to go when I could. I could. It was hard to have a set time, with my life, which kind of brings me into my next premise was with some of the gyms, starting to open up. Some people not feeling comfortable going back due to COVID. What are some people find it hard to work out at home? What are some things we can do at home? Like you said, now it's getting warmer. We can go outside and do some stuff. Kind of give us some ideas, because most people either buy P90X or what's the other one? Whatever else.
Insanity
and all that. Yeah, Tybo. Yeah, Tybo. I haven't heard that in a minute. I was like,
I'm sure someone's still watching it.
but so let's talk about what can people do outside in their house to kind of keep themselves up, resistance bands or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, shameless plug, I have a workout program. So you can talk to me. It's going to be limitlessports@gmail.com. You can contact me there. I can give you some ideas real quick. Like since the pandemic started, I've recorded 120 workouts. Like,
wow.
Like me and the wife, we was just counting that a couple weeks ago. I had to take a break because I was doing 3 workouts a week, every week since probably around like May or so. So took a little break, but I do have a lot of workouts for people. But what I would say is do something based off your goals. So say you want to lose that weight, around the stomach, whatever. We have different ab exercises that you can do 3 times a week. And the thing is, whatever your goal is, do it based off that goal. So if you want to work on your legs, do some squats, we have lunges, Romanian deadlifts to work in the hamstrings. There's a lot of different stuff that you can do, a lot of different workouts. But like I said, I have some stuff that I'll be able to give to the people as well. But there's different body weight stuff. You can do stuff with light weights and higher reps. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do.
Yeah, that's good.
What would you say to someone who might have a disability or is older, who's thinking, oh, I can't do this stuff because I can't move or I'm too old?
All right, well, we got to figure out what they can do, because if they can walk, we can walk for 20 minutes a day. It depends on what the disability is. Maybe even walking up the flights of stairs for, not a couple, just a couple flights of stairs, whatever, just to work those muscles that are weak. Because the thing is, the reason why they're weak is because we haven't worked them. So do something that's going to be able to fix that weakness, because if we have a weakness, this turns into strength.
Yeah. And because I think a lot of people with all this, especially working from home, all this sitting down all day, the atrophy is like kicking in somewhat.
Absolutely.
In their legs. And, it's hard for them to get up and move around. But I think it's necessary, because I know my legs aren't as strong because I've been sitting down so much doing all this taping. I have to force myself to get up at home and work out while I'm watching TV.
Right.
I'm watching TV after Bible study Wednesday night, and I'm doing jumping jacks and while I'm watching the show, but I had to do it.
And I'm about to say that's a good idea, because even while you're watching TV, and say the goal is I want to get my abs tighter, in between commercials, drop down 25 crunches, 25 biceps, do something so the thing is, that way you're still enjoying yourself, but you're but you're working out at the same time.
Right.
So just do something in between. That way you kind of break up that monotony of just sitting there stagnant. Your body's real tight, like you said, the atrophy, and you're actually working towards your goal as well.
Yeah. Somebody brought up like drinking orange juice. Back in the days, they drink some orange juice. I remember you said you was talking years ago. You told somebody stop drinking Gatorade, because so even the fallacy of, unless you're like a football player or a basketball player, most of us probably shouldn't be drinking Gatorade when we work out, right?
Because my thing is, what electrolytes are you replacing if you're not even really working out, burning?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to point to what they're doing, but they're burning a lot more calories than what we're burning.
Yeah.
Like myself, although I want to look at myself as an athlete still, and I feel like I can still do certain things, I'm like, all right, bro, you're not doing that no more, So, and I see the different changes in my body as well as I'm getting older, So the thing is, I want to continue to feel young, so I still do some of the certain things. But as you get older, you definitely have to adjust your nutrition.
Yeah,
you definitely have to adjust your nutrition.
That's what I'm finding out.
Man, it's like before I could eat like 3 slices of pizza, gain no weight. Now I get it. My blood pressure go up. one slice.
Yeah, right. You wake up the next day and look at your stomach. Okay, I'm good. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah, man. It's like it's getting old.
You ain't look at the mirror anymore in the morning.
Right. it's getting old stinks, man. But I think you're right. We have to make these adjustments, and these small adjustments lead to big changes.
Like I said, just every 2 weeks, just switch something else up, and you're going to continue to have the momentum. So that's why I always say, if you can, don't do the whole, hey, I'm working out 6-7 days a week, because you're going to burn out real quick.
Yeah.
And then you won't have nowhere to turn. Whereas start off low, you can, just add an extra day of working out, probably 2 months down the road, 5, and then as you get addicted to the success and the results, then you can go ahead.
Yeah.
You know, but I say just start off slow, and sometimes you can just stay with the 3 days a week as long as you control your nutrition. Because at the end of the day, 80% of the whole thing is your nutrition. So if you're eating right and eating what you need to, and you're drinking the water, and going back to that, I haven't touched on that, and I'll always touch on that. But with your water, you need to drink half your body weight in ounces. So if you're 150 pounds, 75 ounces. If you're 200 pounds, 100 ounces. So whatever your body weight is, you want to drink half your body weight in ounces. But going back to what I said with the momentum, don't start there. Just start with drinking water with every meal. And then as you get better, you know, just start increasing the water until you get to that half of your body weight, and then just go from there. And it's not like you have to just chug gallons of water. Like, just sip on water throughout the day.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's good. So just that, I'm not gonna say nothing, Maya. Look at you.
See, I've tried.
I was
So
gonna say
drinking
nothing.
throughout the day, that I don't ever end up meeting my goal. So, like, what advice do you have for that? Because I will straight out say that I don't like water, but I know it's something that I need.
So, do you like flavor water? Like, is something like squirt like lemon juice in it? Would that work for you?
I can do that, and I do like putting berries and like strawberries in there.
Like fusing it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I would say start there. Now, do you drink water every day with every meal, or
No.
you're drinking like something that you don't have any business drinking?
The latter.
Okay. So let's just start with you just drinking water first.
Okay.
Don't worry about the number. Just start with you drinking water first.
Mm-hmm.
Then once you get to that, you do that consistently for 2 weeks, then start drinking a little bit more water. So me, I have it down to science. I'm about like 194 pounds. So I'm drinking about 100 ounces of water. So that means I have to drink 16.9 ounces bottles of water a day. So I know basically around like 1 o'clock, I need to have at least 3 in.
Okay.
But on my first meal, by the time I eat breakfast, I already drank a bottle of water.
Gotcha.
You know, then a couple hours later, I'm working on the second one. Then by lunch, that's a bottle of water. So with each meal, I'm gonna drink a bottle of water.
Now, are you drinking water before the meal or at the same time?
So with me, I take my vitamins first thing in the morning. So I'm drinking half that bottle before the meal. Then I eat my breakfast, then I drink the rest.
Gotcha.
Then when I make my green smoothies, that's a bottle of water right there.
That's true.
Okay.
You have to kind of figure out, going back to making this a lifestyle, you have to figure out how to kind of gamify it. With me, with the smoothie, that's 2 bottles right there. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that's 3 bottles right there. That's 5. So I just need to get 1 more bottle in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out the formula for you.
Yeah.
So like I said, the person is 150 pounds, that's only 75 ounces of water. That's way more doable compared to 100 or even a gallon for a bigger individual.
I remember, and I read about somebody said start to eat your water too, like watermelon.
Yeah.
Grapes, like those kind of foods. They got a lot of liquid in them.
And as it's getting warmer right now, it's going to keep your body cool, your body temperature. That hydrates you as well. So that makes it easier for you too.
Absolutely.
So a lot of the foods that I have, that I eat, are water-rich foods. And going back to keep you your vitality high is drinking and eating the water-rich food. So my main go-to is strawberries, blueberries. I have a banana, which isn't water-rich, but it kind of gives it a nice base when I'm making it in a smoothie, as well as kale or baby spinach or whatever. And then I put a bottle of water in there, blend it up, and then that's a meal right there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I do that like 1 to 2 times a day.
Yeah. Even like certain salads,
it's like a fruit salad almost, if you really think of it.
It really is. Yeah.
So it's all the nutrients that you're missing. You know, when you're eating the processed food, all the nutrients that you're missing, you can get in 1 bottle, one green drink like that.
Yeah. They've been talking about like foods like watercress and some other things. Like I looked it up to see which foods help get rid of mucus out of your body and hydrate you, like watercress and some other stuff. Bok choy.
Yep.
Don't do that.
I've never even heard of these things.
You've never heard of bok choy? You don't eat a lot of Asian food, so bok choy and those things they help out, flush your system out. Right. But you're right. I think we eat for comfort and we eat for taste. And like you said, it's nothing wrong with that a couple times a week. But we got to eat to function, like you said. How can I eat to make sure my day is more productive? I don't think most of us think like that.
We don't. And one thing I try to do for my body at least quarterly is try to do a detox. That way I kind of flush out my body, for 3 days. And here's my little cheat code, I guess you can say. Every time we do a fast for church, that's my 3-day detox.
Yep.
So, but at the same time, I'm flushing out my system.
Yeah.
Say again?
I was saying, you have a certain process that you do to detox, like a certain system?
Yeah, it's so what I do is I drink it's lemon, arugula, broccoli. I think it's one more thing, and I mix that up with water. And I drink that 3 times a day.
You put it in a smoothie?
It's smoothie. Yeah, I make it smoothie.
Okay.
But it's no fruit with it. I just the lemon. It's orange. That's what it is. Lemon, orange, arugula, and broccoli.
I was about to say.
Say again?
I was about to say that sounds really disgusting without no sweet fruit in it.
Yeah. No, and it's tough. Even with the lemon, it's tough. But 3 times a day for 3 days, and that kind of flushes your system out.
Okay.
You're lighter. Your body feels more vibrant. And I do that. I try to do that quarterly.
Okay. So
that's my little detox formula that I try to do, 4 times a year.
That makes sense. I might try that. So you said it's lemon, orange, arugula, and what's the other one again?
Broccoli.
Okay. And smoothie that up.
Yep.
Ooh, just hold your nose as they did back.
Yeah. And it doesn't smell bad or whatever, but it just like you're gonna want to taste. You don't want that flavor, but it's not gonna give it to you. So,
just brush your teeth after.
Green water. That's it.
Yeah, brush your teeth after, and you'll be all right.
That's it.
All right, this is interesting. Yeah, good.
But I'm just saying, like, it definitely helps to clean your system out.
Yeah, and let's be real here, y'all. Adults, we make time for what we want to make time for.
Absolutely.
If we can sit around and watch TV, talk to people, we can get up and have a half hour to work out. It's always funny, the stuff that we don't have to do, we have all the energy for. The stuff we're supposed to do, all of a sudden we're tired, we're sleepy,
Right.
And people don't recognize you sleep better when you eat better. Your rest at nighttime is actually better.
Especially the last meal of the day.
Yep.
That's why I always try to tell people lean meat or a lean protein, period. Because some people don't eat meat. So I said lean protein and vegetables last time. That way your body's not working on digesting all that at night. All that heaviness is not in your system. And going back to combining the right foods when you're eating the meat and the protein, meat and the starch or whatever, it's going to take long for that to digest. That's why you're feeling unsettled when you're sleeping at night.
Yeah.
So if you're eating the lean protein and the vegetables, it's lighter on your stomach. You're able to get a better sleep, and then you wake up easier. You're not feeling groggy, especially when you're getting the proper amount of sleep, the 7 to 9 hours worth of sleep.
Cool. Maya, you got any other questions or anything?
No, I just want Moses to share more on how we can get connected, because I'm going to sign up.
All right. So like I said, it's going to be Limitless Sports Performance at gmail.com. Reach out to me there. And what I will do for our people is we'll give everybody 50% off that wants to join our workout program. And it's very inexpensive. It's very inexpensive. Trust me. Anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm excited.
And like I said, 3 workouts a week. We're going to work on your nutrition, work on, obviously, you're working out, but at the same time, everything that we do is going to be designed for the mental as well as the physical.
Yeah.
Because as I explained earlier, it's just the small, simple steps that's going to get you the results that you need and get you that momentum going.
Yeah. So I think what we're really hitting at is that a lifestyle change requires vision, if I can say it like that. Event-based people do things to get to a certain goal quickly.
And then stop.
Yeah.
And then stop. Visionary people take their time to build towards their goal because it's a lifestyle change. Yeah,
because they're always looking to the long term.
Yep. Always looking to the long term. Versus somebody, let me just do this quick to fit into this dress. I got this event I got to go to. I got to lose this weight. It's different than, I'm always in this position where I don't have to keep constantly doing the yo-yo. Yeah. Which means for those who stress eat, you want a burger when you stress it. You don't want no salad, but you got to think about the burgers actually adding to the weight of your emotions.
Right. And here's the thing that I focus on with people is working on the mental. And I say you want to have the process driven goals. So if you want to lose the 10 pounds, okay, daily, what do I need to do the 10 pounds? I need to exercise, when I'm supposed to exercise, and then I'm supposed to eat the right foods. So if you wake up in the morning and don't focus on the 10 pounds that you got to lose over the course of the month, focus on what I need to do today.
Yeah.
It just stack days on top of days on top of days on top of days. And then by the time you get to that month, you'll lose the 10 pounds. But you got to focus on, just one foot in front of the other.
That's good.
Cool. That's good. So listen, we'll bring Moses back in a couple of months to do like a follow-up.
Yeah.
And it's going to be cool because we really need to get this together. I've been telling myself lately, and I'm back to working and eating better. Is I can't control like COVID. I can't control what goes on in the world, but I can control my own health though, to a certain degree.
Exactly what I was just saying. As far as when you wake up in the morning, what can you control?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can control what goes in my body. I can control how I work out, and we take care of what we got to take care of internally. And it'll show up on the external too. Skin start looking better and all that good stuff, and it start to glow and all that. So
glow, right?
Yeah. mood better and everything. But all right, y'all. We'll pick this up and do a part 2 in a few months. Moses, thank you. We appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this Maximize Monday, and we'll see you guys recap 5:30 and replay at 7. God bless y'all.
Oh, one more thing.
Good.
Moses we started our Fit Fridays. So Moses actually did a workout video for us. So make sure you go back and look on Facebook and YouTube for that video. It's about 30 minutes long. So it's a great way to get started into this process of being healthier and more fit.
Yeah. And going back to that, all the workouts that I do, 30 minutes or less. So knock it out, nice and easy. That's it.
Cool.
Then you can go on about your day.